So does Charles Oliveira actually mean to get stung? I mean, you think about it. When you get him in a ring and he's been fighting any of these last contenders, it seems as though he takes a shot, he drops down to his back and kind of lures you in. And then everybody, as soon as they touch him up, they all of a sudden start fighting insanely aggressively, throwing haymakers because they got him on the ropes. And it's kind of funny to think, do you think he's really just baiting him? Do you think he's really just trying to bring him in? As soon as you get that big hit on a guy, then you know that you want to put him away. And it seems like each one of these last couple fighters have all got in a little bit over their head. I mean, think about it. In each one of his last couple fights, he seems to engage with you. He seems to give you a little bit of heavy hands, catches somebody, gets them to, wake up a little bit. Don't take me down. Let's exchange hands here. And then all of a sudden, the haymakers start coming. When you think of the Justin Gaethje fight, what did he do? He caught him once, laid down on his back. Caught him again. I think he even caught him like 3 times, and each time lays down on his back, and all of a sudden, Gaethje is swinging out of his shoes. He literally falls down from swinging so hard. And what's he trying to do? He's trying to end it. He's trying to put him away because he thinks he's got him. He thinks he does, but that's kind of my point. Is Oliveira really just doing that whole, hey, I'm kind of hurt, keep coming. I'm kind of hurt, keep coming at me. You're looking good. And all of a sudden the game plan flies out the window and he's rolling around, and what's he do? He chokes out Gaethje, easy peasy, no problem, because he got in over his head. He was swinging too viciously. He got out of, probably wasn't his game plan to sit in there and fight him like he did Chandler. I mean, think about it. When he fought Chandler, there was a lot of exchanges and no takedowns. Kind of, Chandler looked like he tried to take him down when he was very damaged. But overall, they just stood and exchanged. And I don't know that he thought maybe Oliveira was going to do the same thing here. But when you look through the Poirier fight and Ferguson fight, all of these fights, he tends to get you to the ground eventually and is utilizing, these big exchanges from these knockout guys. And it doesn't really seem to be working for anybody. Now, Charles Oliveira did miss weight. And whether it be 30 pounds or 20 pounds or even a half pound like he was, it's one of those things. If you're overweight, then you are going to lose a little bit of money incentives. But, it's kind of hard to see because he had a storybook little run going on. Not saying that it's over. Don't get me wrong. Stay out of the comments. I know I'm not saying that it's over. But it does taint his legacy slightly, only because now he doesn't get all those statistics about, defending your legacy, defending the title X amount of times compared to someone else. Technically, by the statistics, he's not the champ. Now, myself, I don't really see it that way. I see it as he had a great title defense. He played his cards right. He played a little coy, maybe, bringing these guys in that want to swing for the fences like Gaethje did, and then he puts them away. He is so fast to get to a choke, so fast to really dominate his opponent when he gets on the ground. It's kind of insane. I feel like most fighters would have taken that opportunity to tee off, and he immediately was going for a choke, and you're just not stopping this guy. He really is an amazing pound-for-pound fighter, and I have to say, he's kind of won me over. He's got a super inspiring story. I was not a huge fan of the Khabib run. I think he was very dominating, but he wasn't always the most exciting champ to be at that weight class. And I feel as though Oliveira is kind of getting a little bit of a mix of both. I mean, really, every time the guy goes out there, he seems to kind of show something else. He's not just choking guys out now. He's got the most submissions within the UFC, I believe is the stat I heard over the weekend. But he's really kind of coming with his striking. Every time these guys get in there and trade with him, he's not only dangerous on his feet, he seems to always tag the guy up top, and then they get a little bit haywire, and he ends up taking him down for some kind of submission. But I don't know that you think of the Chandler fight, those were all hands. He beat him up top and then pushed him around the ring until he got on top of him for the finish. I mean, truly, he's become one of my favorite fighters just because he's delivering with the knockouts or submissions, and he's just a likable dude. The only thing that you wish that you would see is if he could, articulate and have great conversation, these post-fight interviews in English. Unfortunately, some of these guys come in and they're trying to sell to the United States market, and it's hard for, people like myself that speak English to really get on board with these guys when you don't have any idea what they're saying. Their emotions not coming through. It's always moving through a translator. And unfortunately, sometimes I kind of wish that wasn't the case. I wish that I knew Spanish. Don't get me wrong. I wish I knew some of these other languages, but the promotion always seems to push these guys way more when, there's the Conor McGregor effect, the Chandler, guys yelling, getting people pumped up for the next fight. I feel as though that's the only thing that he kind of sort of is missing out on. But as I said before, he's really winning me over. I enjoy him as the champ. He's not just all about submissions with what we kind of went through with the Khabib situation. And he's got hands. And, I don't know. I think he's got on for some big things. I hope that he wins the belt back on his next fight. Who really knows where he'll end up? I don't know that there's a clear opponent for him, to be quite honest, at this current moment. But I wish him all the luck. It's a lot of fun to watch, and UFC 274 did deliver.